All right, welcome in, everybody. Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the Dirt Sprint Car Championship Series. The 410s down here tonight at Volusia Speedway. $100 to the winner tonight. Second week for these cars. Practice about to wind down. You got about 55, 56 410 sprint cars checked in for this one. Guys, don't forget, if you are on the YouTube or the Twitch, say hi in the chat. We can see you. Any of the other Facebook pages, I will see that just as well. It'll come straight through in my chat. Sit back, enjoy the show as soon as they go to their qualifying session. We'll get our national anthem out of the way. Get ready to see a new format for these guys. They used a new format last week. They're going to use another new one tonight. Some of the drivers weren't exactly pleased with the format from last week, so they changed it up a little bit. And I'll explain it to you the best I understand it as we move along here. But it is time.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, qualifying about to wrap up here. Alex Bergeron, top of the speed chart. Blake Machulis, Lewis Hewitt, Cole Newhofen, and Joel Berkeley. Our top five. Dylan Hauser looks like he's going to slate in six. James Edens, James Tiernan, Alex Smulders, and Bryce Bailey. Quick time for the night. Goes to Alex Bergeron. He's going to start P1 in heat number 1. 10 cars scheduled for each of these heat races. Waiting for the rest of the cars to grid out. We can see the water tire machine of Braden Eiler already on the grid. He is going to push off third tonight. On the pole is going to be the 12 machine. He is the reigning iRacing World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink champion. It's Alex Bergeron behind the wheel there. And on his outside, the Swindell Speed Labs machine of James Edens. That's the 1 machine. As I said before, Braden Eiler, the 5 machine, as the Border Tire Kinzer Sim Racing Team sponsored entry, starts third. On his outside, the Hollywood number 82 of Dustin Griffiths. Row 3 on the inside, going to be Garrett Halsey, the 1 machine. On his outside, the 25, that is Christopher Stowe. The Flying Fossil, the UDSRA number 56, inside of row number 4 with Jimmy Barr. On his outside is the Pep Boys sponsored machine, or the Amazon Prime machine, excuse me. And then on the inside of the final row, the Oshweekend sponsored number 23 machine, Jeff Farrell. And to his outside, the Ultimate Dirt TV, Tony Stewart Racing number 22 machine of Trey Schmidt. So 10 cars, 10 laps. Top 2 go straight to the feature. scheduled for 6 heat races. So we'll put 12 out of there and then 4 consolation races. Only the winner from each of those 4 consolation races are going to go on to the feature and make up our 20 cars. And then they'll throw them out here, put $100 on the line, and see who can bring home the payday. Hello, Kevin Herb. All right, green this time off turn 4. Bergeron, Edens on the front row. Going to get us started for the evening. Just waiting on that pace truck to drop off. Alex Bergeron ready to jump on the loud pedal. Green flag in the air. Heat race number 1 underway. Good run through turns 1 and 2 for Bergeron. Eden's hot on his heels. Trying to stay close right behind that. Braden Eiler. And he's got Dustin Griffiths all over him. That is a battle for 3rd and 4th. Right now, the top 2 eking away about a 5 to 7 car advantage. These two in lockstep, nose to tail, almost like they're drafting around here, but these cars do not draft everywhere. There's a little bit of contact. Off the exit of 2, push bar to push bar, and it dropped Eden's back. But completing 3 of the 8 scheduled heat race laps, Alex Bergeron has led each and every one. Eden's second, Eiler, Griffiths, Holsey, Flick, Schmidt, Barr, Flaro, and Stowe in that order. They are halfway home, and now Alex Bergeron's starting to push the lead just a little bit, 0.3 of a second. Braden Eiler hanging about another 3 to 4 back of James Edens, not able to close that gap. Really needs to get up there if he is going to have a shot at going straight to the feature. But the high side hustler not finding a whole lot that Edens doesn't have covered right now. Going to get the white flag off turn number 4. Bergeron's going to see it first, but Edens has now closed the gap right back up. It's about a car and a half. We'll see if James Edens has anything off of turn 2. Goes to the high side, had a run. Bergeron's going to cover the inside. He's going to pick up the heat race win. James Edens going to go with him straight to the feature. Everybody else, consolation races. You got to win yours to move on. So 1 heat race in the books. 5 to go. Plenty of racing out in front of us. Just waiting for a couple more cars to drop out here. We know that on the pole will be the Swindale Speed Labs machine of Blake Matulis, and to his outside, going to be the Dirt Track Terror, the Herget Realty. Elbows up Sim Team number 98 machine of James Tiernan. On the inside of row number 3, Sean Timmerman. Scheduled to be there. There's Sean, the Dirt Co. Media House number 14. And on his outside, the Blaney Sim Racing Mohawk JB Medical number 15 of Michael Sheridan. And on the inside of row number 3, Brian Cross in the Fatheads number 78. Scotty Edwards, the 21 machine. That's an RFC sponsored machine, Racing for Christ. He is in the 6th position. Row 4 on the inside. The number 5 machine of Donovan Ross. And on his outside, the 007 Jacob Fields. And in the 5th and final row on the inside, the NOS Energy Drink number 24 of Tanner Briggs. And to his outside, the BladenNode.com number 265 of James Grace. Have not seen that car before. Good looking machine. I got you, Al. I got you, buddy. Hey, Jeff Stewart. What's up, man? Hello, Des Moines, Iowa. Weather's rainy here. All right, guys. Going to go green this time off turn number 4. Heat race 2. Top 2 to the feature. Everybody else to the consolation races. There'll be 4 consolation races. You must win your consolation race to advance. I actually think the top 2 out of each one. 12, yeah. So the top 2 out of each consolation race is going to move on. All right, green flag is in the air. Machulis is on the throttle. He jumped out quickly. 3-4 cars through turns 1 and 2. James Tiernan trying to close the gap. Sits in that final transfer spot, but he has got his hands full. Michael Sheridan, the 15 machine, right up the backside. Sheridan looking for any advantage he can find right now to try to close the gap. Maybe throw the slide job on James Tiernan. Tiernan lost a little bit of speed off 2 right there. Looks like the car got just a little out of shape on the exit. Tiernan blinking just a shade. But Machulis able to hang on at the front. Not able to get far away, but he is able to hang on to the spot. He's running right through the middle of the track. Tiernan tried to find something up high, lost a car length or 2. And that brought Michael Sheridan right to the push bar. Still Machulis, Tiernan, Sheridan cross Edwards, Fields, Grace, Ross, Briggs. Sean Timmerman's car already in the infield. He's done for the heat race. 3 to go this time by. 2.5 now as they go into turn 3. Machulis, 0.3 of a second. The battle is for that final automatic transfer spot. Sheridan trying to size up the dirt track terror. See if he can get around James Tiernan. Tiernan able to make the high side work. Just keeps pushing the marbles up further and further, trying to build that cushion. On the final lap, Machulis is going to win it. We're watching the battle for second, see who the other transfer car is. It looks like Tiernan's going to be able to hang on, and he does. So it's Machulis and Tiernan go to the feature. Everybody else going to have to take their chances in their respective consolation races. What's up, Thomason? I see you, buddy. Guys, don't forget, if you're over on a YouTube or you're on Twitch, say hi in the chat. I do get all of those coming through. We're going to move on to heat race number 3. We know that starting on the pole, the Slick Sim Sports number 3 of the Australian Assassin Lewis Hewitt to his outside. The DRC chassis number 211 of Alex Molders. Row 2 on the inside. Be the Mode Media House machine of Justin Thomas, and to his outside, Swindale Speed Labs driver in the 51, going to be Matt McKinney. Row 3 on the inside, SteelCycles.com pilot Brandon Steele in the 5 car, and on his outside, Carson Meek. He drives the 10 machine. Row 4 on the inside, the Wicked Cushion team setting number 57 of the Flying Aussie, Craig Dunn. Steve Fernberg not making the call for him, so Christopher Lloyd, the NOS Energy Drink Lloyd Racing number 28, going to move up and take that 8th and final starting position in the heat race. So 8 cars in this one. Again, 8 laps. Top 2 straight to the feature. Everybody else to an elimination consolation race. Only the top 2 from each one of those will advance to the feature. We'll find our 20 cars. We'll put these guys out here, put $100 on the line in the feature. The winner will pick up the big check. Good front row in this one. Smolders, one of the young guns in the sim racing world, taking on one of the established vets, the Australian Assassin, Lewis Hewitt. Justin Thomas right in the middle of this. Brandon Steele's right there. Craig Dunn, always a factor anywhere he's on the track. So about 5 or 6 cars that I am pretty certain can get up here and win this thing. We are ready to go green off of turn number 4 right now. Heat race number 3.
Green, green, green.
Green flag in the air. Oh, a little bit of a late start there on the outside of that front row, and Hewitt is going to have a good, easy line through 1 and 2. He picks up the lead. Justin Thomas timed it up perfect. He was behind Smolders on the start, but he timed it up perfect, and he's going to come out with second. Brandon Steele around in turn number 3. Jump down here. We'll take a quick look. He got down the corner. Left front tire found the inside wall. He hugged it a little too tight. spins it around. We'll see if he's got very much damage. It's going to be really difficult to get back in that top 2 from starting in the back of this, but they'll go single file. Probably have about 4 laps when they get the green back. So we'll see how many positions Mr. Steele can make up. Hewitt, Thomas, Smolders, McKinney, Meek, Dunn, Lloyd, and Steele. The running order. Fernberg and Melheiser not on the track. They were slated to be in this one. Neither car made it out of pit road. I was up your way today, Mr. Thomason, but I didn't have time to shoot you a message, see what you were up to. We were a little too busy. All right, top 4. In this one, they should get the lights off on the pace track. There goes somebody into, I think Carson Meek just took his car into the infield. Something must be amiss on the 10 machine. Hewitt, Thomas, Smolders, and McKinney are that top 4. They're going to have 4 to go when they go back to green. Down the curved back stretch. Just about ready to put the pace truck on the infield, get these guys going. Halfway home. Still 4 green flag laps of racing. Hewitt stomps the throttle and takes off. Absolutely leaves Justin Thomas in his wake. Smolders now got McKinney on the inside. Looking for third. McKinney not satisfied with that. He's looking for second. Good run off the bottom of turn 4, and he's got it. 3 to go. It's Hewitt, McKinney, 1-2. Thomas is third. Smolders now sees the bottom is working. Goes down on the very, very bottom. A little bit of contact between himself and Justin Thomas. Moved Thomas from second to fourth in 2 laps. Tried to get some of it back right there. Now he's got the inside on Smolders. Going to take third back, and McKinney drove around the leader to take the white flag. Matt McKinney out in front. Justin Thomas drove it deep down into turn number 2. Moved Hewitt up the hill. McKinney's going to pick up the win. Justin Thomas transferring through. Smolders, then Hewitt done. And on down the field, but the top 2 went in. Oh, a little bit of frustration there, I think, from the 3 car. All right, heat 4, gridding out on the front stretch on the pole, the Mesilla Valley Transport. Border tire number 11 of Cole Newhoffen, and 2 is outside. The fairway number 2 of Bryce Bailey. Row 2 on the inside, the SKD number 18. That's Austin Simmelman behind the wheel of that. On his outside, the Browns Paint and Body Cure Speed Shop number 92 of Peyton Grease. Row 3 on the inside, Garrett Pepiot, the 47 machine. And a Mobile 1, number 53 of Justin Verhey on his outside. Larry Moody, the Wagon KC. The I-55 Lawyers machine, the 73 car on the inside of row number 4. And on his outside, a Mobile 1, number 21 of Zach Hollinger. And on the back row, all by himself, it's going to be Michael Meek, the 59 car. So 9 cars in this one. Mason Hannigan not making the call for the heat race. He would have been the 10th starter. 8 more laps. We're taking 2 more straight to the feature. Everybody else has to go into those elimination. Really? Excuse me for 1 second, guys. Love it when Windows updates. It messes up all kinds of USB stuff. Sometimes you just got to pull the plug and say, well, we'll fix it later. All right, lights off on the pace truck. We're ready to put 8 more laps down. Heat race number 4, Newhoffen and Bailey. You going to get us started? All right. See who gets the good jump here. Newhoffen on the throttle. Bailey got it a little sideways. That's going to let Semmelman have the inside. Austin Semmelman jumped from third all the way up to second. He's going to challenge for the lead here on the bottom inside. Newhoffen off turn number 4. Give it to Semmelman. Third to first in one lap now. Cole Newhoffen has his hands full, trying to hang on to that final transfer spot. Bryce Bailey went in on the bottom, came out on the top, lost about 3 car lengths. Right behind Bailey, Pepiot and Grease battling over the 4th position. Pepiot on the inside, Grease running the top side. Move Pepiot into the 4th spot. Grease back to 5th. Meek, Verhey, Moody, and Hollinger rounding out the field, but up front, 0.6 of a second in front of the 11 cars, the 18 machine, Austin Semmelman. And he is halfway home in the heat race, has led every lap, started third. Instant leader crash in turn number 2. Garrett Pepiot's machine. A little out of shape in 3 and 4. Goes, all the way up the hill, and he finds Michael Meek's left rear tire. Spins around. He's able to keep the car headed forward. But it did bring out the caution. I'm not sure we're going to get to go back to green in this one. So it looks like it's going to be Semmelman and Newhoffen straight to the feature. Bailey and company going to be looking for one of those top 2 spots in the 4 elimination races. Yeah, lights are going to stay on the pace truck. This one will end behind the pace truck under yellow. And Semmelman and Newhoffen will transfer through. Bailey, Grease, Meek, Moody, Verhey, and Pepiot all going to be in consolation races. We'll get ready for the 5th of 6 heat races. Don't forget, guys, tomorrow night, 8 Eastern, Dirt Slingers Thursday Thunder. They are at Knoxville. Server will open up about 8, live racing at about 10 after. They'll do their qualifying live and get into their heat races. That race tomorrow night's anything like the one those guys put on Monday night. It's going to be fantastic. They did about 25 laps to finish that one up under green. Got way up into the top 15, and the leaders did lapping cars, and it was a heck of a race up front. This one finishing up heat race number 4. Semmelman and Newhoffen making the transfers. Everybody else consolations for them. We'll have 12 locked into our feature when we get through all the heat races. We'll find 8 more, 2 out of each of the 4 elimination races. Gonna see a good one in this one. Looking at the list of entries for this heat race. Slick Sim Sports driver number 9, Joel Berkeley, on the pole, and on his outside, another elbows up sim racing machine. It's the 85 car of Tyler Schell. Row 2 on the inside, his teammate over the wall, photography number 21, Shea Paulo. And on the outside of Black Number Motorsports Ultimate Dirt TV, number 54 of John Batista. Row 3 on the inside, the Napa Auto Parts, Casey Kane Sim Racing, number 49 of David the Hulk Heileman. And on his outside, another UDSRA driver in the field. It's the 95 car of Dakota Kuhn. Row 4 on the inside, going to be the 27 machine of Ty Williams. And on his outside, the 191 of Cole Huggins, Glenn Reinhardt, Dustin Sargent. And not making our call tonight in heat race number 5. So 8 cars again. Yeah, thanks, Mike. Appreciate it, buddy. Lights off on the pace truck. Soon as they pass. This time we know we're going green the next time off turn number 4 still. One more heat race after this one. Stacked up field here. Good heat race. If they run it out as good as it looks on paper, this is going to be pretty exciting. All right, the pace truck will make the hard left down here in turn 4. Berkeley and Shell going to bring us to green. Berkeley was on the throttle quick, and he caught Shell sleeping, so he's got the lead headed into turn number 1, but Shell trying to close the gap. Gets the run off the bottom. Tyler Shell to the front. And able to hang on to it. Can he get the run off 4? No. It's Berkeley at the line. Shell second. Paulo, Batista, Heilemann, Kuhn, Williams, and Huggins after 1. Great battle for the lead right here. Tyler Shell on the inside. Working his way gently around right rear into the left front of the 9 car. That should trigger us a caution. Get back here, kind of take a look at this one from the outside. Looks like 9 car just down a bit. 85 car sliding it up right rear to left front. That's never going to work out. Those tires don't like each other enough. Joel Berkeley will end up having to work his way from a consolation race. Suspension knocked out from under the back of that car. Oh, what happened there? I love it when stuff just randomly comes on. That's awesome. All right, so the field, Shell, Heilemann, Apollo, Kuhn, Huggins, Williams, Batista, Berkeley. Berkeley off track along with Reinhardt and Sargent. Well, they caught that in the middle of that lap right there, Kurt. So you get 3 laps for each caution. And when they caught it with the 4 to go, it actually was in the middle of the lap, and it finishes that lap as a green lap. So, yeah, we're hoping that in the very, very near future, they quit counting the caution laps. But right now, the way the software is built, it's the only way we can do it in these heat races, unless you just turn the cautions completely off, and that's kind of a dangerous situation for everybody. So we should get 2 to go in this one. When they go back to green, they have relegated the 85 machine to the back of the field for his part in the incident that brought out the caution. It's going to be Heilemann, Kuhn, Paulo, Huggins, Williams, Batista, Shell, the 7 cars on track. I know a long time ago when dirt was first released, we used to do everything manually so that we didn't have to count the caution laps. And some nights, the show, even with just 50 cars, would be 2.5 hours. So it's kind of a good thing and kind of a bad thing, time-wise anyway. Pace truck went in. Heilemann got on the throttle, and he's got the lead. 3 laps to go, 2 laps to go right there. Shea Paulo running in third right behind Dakota Kuhn. That's your final transfer spot. Watching the battle for that. Heilemann looks like he's going to have this one well in hand. He takes the white flag. Shea Paulo. Good move from the inside of the out to get Kuhn, wondering where he's going to come off the corner. Just didn't have enough drive there. Kuhn will definitely protect the inside. He did not. Kind of surprised by that. He let Paulo have the slide job, but to no avail. Heilemann and Kuhn going to the feature. No, Paulo got him at the line, 9/1000ths of a second. David Heilemann, Shea Paulo to the feature. Dakota Kuhn and everyone else into the consolation races. What a finish there for second. 9/1000ths of a second. Can't hardly beat that. 5 of the 6 heat races completed. Heat race number 6 gridding out on the front stretch. On the pole, Swindell Speed Lab driver number 2, Dylan Hauser. Yeah, it might not be right. It might be Slick Sim Sports. It is. It's Slick Sim Sports driver number 2, Dylan Hauser. On his outside, Swindell Speed Labs driver in the 00, Kendall Tucker. Row 2 on the inside, the Cadillac man. He's in the Wits, number 110. It's Kevin Henley. On his outside, his teammate, the Wicked Relief Gum. Elbows up, Sim Racing, and number 79 of Billy Rowley. And on the inside of row number 3, the Black Number Motorsports, Dirty Dick Sportswear, number 91 of Ernie Williams. Eric Gray going to start the 37, the Max Pappas Incorporated machine on the outside of that row. Row 4 on the inside going to be the TE8's number 02 of Brent Holloway, and to his outside, War Racing number 4 of Steve Sittler. Ray Farlow and Jeremiah Green not in this one. So again, 8 cars. You got to be kidding. Yeah, thank you, Kevin. I just saw that message. I'm sorry. I'm trying to pay attention to the chat, but I haven't seen a whole lot moving, so I'm not focused on each and every line. But thank you. All right, green this time. Final heat race. Hauser and Tucker are going to bring us to it. Just going to wait for that pace truck to make the hard left turn. Hauser probably going to slam the throttle down. Real quick. Right there he goes. As soon as that truck took that left turn. But a good start on the outside from Tucker. Those two with just a tiny bit of contact through the bottom of turns 1 and 2, and that lets Hanley have a good run on the top side. Kevin Hanley working his way around the outside of Kendall Tucker, and he picks up second. He's going to go way top shelf on Hauser, but Hauser goes up there to try to cover the line, just not quite enough. Just keep moving that line wider and wider. That time, just a little bit too much wheel spin, and Hanley was unable to stay up beside Hauser. Now that Hauser knows the top line is the line where they were making up time, he's going to go up there himself. The top 3 running right against the marbles up there. Tucker, slide job, didn't slam the door, and Hanley was able to get right back by him. This time he's going to bring it up real close right there. He moved Hanley up just a little bit, but Hanley able to hang on to second. Great battle for the final transfer spot. Hauser loves what he's seeing if he could see it in his rearview mirror. In sim racing, we get it. In real life, they don't. But he sees those two battling and it's letting him inch away over 0.4 of a second. Kevin Hanley sitting in second. Kendall Tucker in third. Billy Rowley, Ernie Williams, Eric Gray, Brett Holloway, and Steve Sittler rounding out the field. These guys getting it down there. 2 laps to go. Big slide job from Tucker, but Hanley easily going to cross that over. And he'll have the advantage heading down into 3 and 4. Dead heat for second at the line. Final lap. Hanley. Tucker brought it up and paused it right there up high. Didn't quite give the crossover line back at the line. Hauser wins it. Tucker comes home second. Hanley was third. Everybody from Kevin Hanley on back. We'll see some of those here in just a moment. We get ready for the E-Main. 2 cars from this one going straight to the feature. Everybody else will be done for the evening. It's going to be Braden Eiler and Dakota Kuhn in row 1. Row 2 will be Lewis Hewitt and Garrett Holsey. Row 3, Cole Huggins and Brandon Steele. Row 4, Trey Schmidt and Ty Williams. Row 5, Carson Meek and Jeff Flaro. And in the 6th row, Glenn Reinhardt and Keith Melheiser. I think some of these guys actually not going to be here, so we may only have about 7 of these cars. 9 of the 12 scheduled, so 3 are not making it. But Eiler and Kuhn will be on the front row. Top 2 going to our feature. All right, next time by, we'll be going to green. 9 cars. Only the top 2 moving on. Everybody else going to be done. Intensity going to ratchet up in each one of these consolation races, knowing it's about elimination. Eiler and Kuhn about to bring us to green. Green flag in the air. Eiler got a good jump. The Australian assassin right there, the 3 car. Lewis Hewitt. Got to figure out how to get around the 95 car. Right now, the 95 car able to make a pretty good run off of turn 4. He pulled about 2 car lengths right there. Now, Hewitt closing it up. Eiler, 0.3 of a second out in front already. This is the elimination spot, and almost contact right there. Kuhn got a little bit sideways mid-corner. Saw Brandon Steele's car flash into the screen right there. He's in 4th right now, trying to get up here. See if he can pick him off. 2 for 1. He went to the top side that time. We saw him on the bottom. Kuhn out of shape. Here comes the Australian assassin. He takes aim, pulls the trigger. He's in the position number 2. Move Hewitt to a transfer spot. Kuhn now under fire from Steele. Woo, almost contact in the close quarters racing right there. But Braden Eiler, 0.8 of a second out in front of Lewis Hewitt. Those 2 going to transfer through if things stay the way they are. They're going to coming up on the end of 5 right here. 7 laps to go. Each one of these elimination races. Same length and distance. Halfway home, Eiler, Hewitt, 1-2, Steele. Now with the slide job on Kuhn. Kuhn had to check up on the exit of 2, and that brought Schmidt into the fray. Brandon Steele now into 3rd, got his sights set. The green and black car in front of him. Don't know if he's going to have enough time to get there. It's about 0.9 of a second between those 2, and the laps are clicking off pretty quick at about 14 seconds per circuit. There goes Hewitt into the outside fence. Lewis Hewitt. All by his lonesome, comes down the front stretch. Right rear found the outside fence. There's the bump out right there. That car none the worse for the wear. But I think we can safely say that Lewis Hewitt's night will be finished. It's going to be Eiler and Steele. Top 2 out of this one. Believe we are going to finish this one behind the safety truck as well. We are going to see a 2-minute warm-up after all of these consolation races, and then a 40-lap feature where the $100 to the winner will be on the line. But right now, Braden Eiler, Brandon Steele going to be our 2 transfer cars out of the first consolation. So one more circuit behind the pace truck. That'll end our first of 4 consolation races. We'll find about 12 more cars and get them out here for the second consolation race. We'll take the top 2 from there and put them in the A main as well. Braden Eiler picking up the win. Consolation race number 1. He and Brandon Steele going to our feature race. Everybody else out of this one done for the night. get ready to find our next two out of the 12-car field that is lining up on the front stretch. Yeah, I'd love to have green-white checkers on those, and as soon as I think they can figure out how we don't count the caution laps, I think that's going to change a whole lot. It's going to be a lot more interesting at the end of these races. Our second consolation race coming out onto the front stretch is going to be Michael Sheridan and Kevin Hanley in row 1. Row 2, Peyton Grease and Jacob Fields. Row 3, Ernie Williams, Larry Moody. Row 4 are going to be James Grace and Brent Holloway. Garrett Pipiot and Scotty Edwards scheduled in the 5th row. And in the 6th row, Ray Farlow and Mason Hannigan. I don't believe that Edwards, Farlow, or Hannigan is here, so we'll have 9 cars again. Top 2 going to transfer into the A main. Everybody else going to be done for the night. Yeah, like I was saying, George, we used to do everything manually way back 2 years ago. And it made for some long nights, so I kind of enjoy seeing, that the cautions can be used in the heat races. We didn't even have heat races, actually. But I do wish that we could get it now, since everything's kind of started to become the norm, that we could go away from the caution laps counting in both the heat races, the consolations, the features, all of those things. It'd be just so much easier on everybody all night long, and I'd let the fans get a lot more green flag viewing in. Plus, I don't like to see any race finish under caution. I think it's bourgeois. All right, green this time. Sheridan Hanley on the front row. Consolation race number 2. Top 2 going to move into the feature. Everybody else going to pack it up and head home for the night. Base truck is in. Sheridan's on the throttle. Good start there for the leader. Michael Sheridan jumps quickly out to this one. Peyton Grease around the bottom finds the inside wall. He's not going to come out in second. It's going to be Kevin Hanley. And he's got Ernie Williams, the stalker, right behind him. Williams went to the top side. Car got loose. He had his hands full for just a second. Still does. Larry Moody creeping up in behind the 91 machine. Williams going to the bottom, trying to make that bottom work. Just a little too much power down through there. Oh, he and Larry Moody just a little contact on the front stretch.
All right, man.
One car went in, one car came out. James Grace's machine looks like he had a problem. The 265 car here. Around the top side, out of shape. Yep, he found the same thing that we saw Lewis Hewitt find a little while ago. He ends up on top of the berm. So we'll get these guys all cycled out. We'll let them pass through timing and scoring here, and we'll get you the running order. But James Grace, Garrett Pepiot, Scotty Edwards, Ray Farlow, and Mason Hannigan no longer in this. We're going to have 7 cars to finish this one out. Sheridan Hanley, Williams, Grace, Moody, Fields, Holloway. The cars running on track in that order. We'll still have about 6 laps to go when they get the green, so about half of this consolation race. Top 2, all that transfer out. Everybody else done for the night. Guys, don't forget, show tomorrow night right here. Mike Peterson will be on the call. Dirt Slingers Thursday Thunder Series from Knoxville. Expecting a fantastic race out of those guys. They put on a hell of a show in the Monday 410 Outlaw Series. Only had the one caution at about lap 10. Ran out the final 25 laps under green. Lapped a long ways up through the field. Fantastic race. Especially the 2 guys up front put on a really good show. All right, lights off on the pace truck. Second consolation race. About to go back to green right at the halfway point. Sheridan and Hanley right now your top 2. Green flag back in the air. Sheridan got a good jump. Ernie Williams wasted no time. Slide job, 1 and 2. He had it for a second, but Hanley had too much drive, and he's going to cross it over, throw it back on him in 3 and 4. Can Williams make back up the space? Not that time. We're going to watch the battle for the final transfer spot right here as Sheridan is about 0.7 of a second out in front of these guys, getting the 4 to go signal. Williams still trying to chase down Hanley. Just not finding any extra speed. Waiting on Hanley to possibly make a mistake here, I think. He's going to have to do something. He's running out of laps. 3 to go that time. Brought it in close, but lost the momentum on the exit. Actually lost himself some distance that time. Going to be 2 to go. Williams running out of time quickly. Hanley doing a fantastic job of hanging on to that second spot. Peyton Grease now up to 4th. He got around Larry Moody. The white flag is going to fly. Consolation race 2. Michael Sheridan, Kevin Hanley, Ernie Williams, your top 3. Williams better get something done. He's got 2 corners left. And just, I think, too much distance. Sheridan's going to go to the A main, and Kevin Hanley's going to come through with him. Williams, Grease, Moody, Fields, Holloway, and the rest all done for the evening. So we now have 16 of the 20 cars into our feature race. We'll get ready. Put the third consolation race out here. Row 1 going to be Smolders and Griffiths. Shell and Dunn in row 2. Row 3 going to be Flick and Batista. Got Chris Lloyd, Jimmy Barr in row number 4. Row number 5, Joel Berkeley, Stephen Fernberg. And the final row, Christopher Stowe and Justin Sargent. Several of these guys not making the call for this one. Looks like about 8 out of the schedule 12. Make it 9 out of the schedule 12. So we're staying consistent. 9 cars in each one of the consolation races, but only the top 2 transferring in. No, Garrett, it is not. It is absolutely no fun. John Batista starting pretty deep in this field. Joe Berkeley starting dead. Well, not dead last, but close to it. He's got Christopher Stowe, the only car deeper than he is. Berkeley was running second in his heat, looking like he was going to transfer through, and then disaster down the front stretch. He found the right rear brushed that wall right there under the flag stand and pulled him in, and by the time he got to turn 1, the car started flipping and tumbling on him. So green off of turn number 4 next time by 12 laps with Smolders and Griffiths. Tyler Shell. Craig Dunn, the second row. Only the top 2 will remain. Everybody else will be done for the evening. Pace truck heading in. Smolders on the throttle. Green flag in the air. Dustin Griffiths out of shape off 4. That puts Tyler Shell up to position number 2. So Smolders and Shell with Craig Dunn running in the 3rd spot now. John Batista went down to the bottom. He's in 4th. Griffiths now falling back to 5th. Berkeley and Flick battling for 6th and 7th. Lloyd in 8th and Stowe all the way back in 9th. 2 laps down, and Alex Smolders has been out in front for both of them, but Tyler Shell is starting to close the gap a little bit at a time, a foot here, a foot there. Right now, those 2 in the feature. All they have to do is survive in those spots, and they're going to be in for the running for the $100 bill. Craig Dunn hanging on to 3rd, not losing much in distance, not gaining any ground either. John Batista trying to close in on him. He's in fourth. Shell made a good run across the center of 1 and 2, closed the gap up just a little bit on Smolders. Now goes to the bottom. And a caution, Dustin Griffiths. See what happened to the 82 machine here. Flips the wall off of turn 2, spins it down to the inside. And that'll do it for that car. So right at the halfway point, consolation race number 3. Smolders and Shell 1-2, Dunn and Batista 3-4, Berkeley and Flick 5 and 6, Lloyd and Stowe in the 7th and 8th position. Everybody else out of this one. That's Griffiths, Barr, Fernberg, and Sargent. We'll finish up this one. We got one more consolation race. Then a couple of minutes of warm-up. We'll get ready for our 40-lap feature. $100 to the winner tonight. That's frustrating. All right, lights are off on the pace truck. Going to be 4 to go when we get the green. Smolders and Shell are top 2 currently. Craig and Dunn right there. We'll get a good look at these guys on the restart. See if anybody times it perfect. Maybe can make up a position or two and get one of these transfer spots away from the front 2 cars. Pace truck is in. Smolders on the throttle. Don't know if Dunn got good timing, but he sure did stay close to Shell. Berkeley got a great jump, and he's already around Batista into the 4th position. Closing the gap quickly, fires it through and right across the nose of Craig Dunn's car, and Dunn had no choice but to give him a little shove right there. Slider came late.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Gun in another one under the yellow flag. Go back and take a look. This is where he drives it all the way down and through turns 3 and 4, brings it up across and done. Just a little bit of a tap there. Berkeley's car out of shape. Down into the corner. Just couldn't hang on to it. And he goes up and over the wall into that outer berm area above the outside fence. So it's going to be Smolders and Shell transferring into our feature race from the 3rd consolation race. And Smolders, if he keeps running that wall, he may break that suspension. He may not be able to make it back around. So 3 of our consolation races finished. We got 1 to go. Smolders and Shell transferring through. Dunn and Company finished for the evening. And we'll bring out about 9 or 10 more. And we'll have our 20-car field after our last consolation race. Scheduled for 12, but I don't think we're going to have that many. Maybe 10. It's going to be Bailey and Cross in row 1. Row 2, Rowley and Meek. Ross and Carey in row number 3. Verhey and Briggs, row 4. Row 5, Sittler and Hollinger. And in the 6th and final row, Timmerman and Green. And I don't believe those 2 guys are here. I don't believe Mr. Ross or Mr. Gary are here, so looks like 8 cars. Bailey, Cross, row 1. Rowley, Meek, row 2. Verhey, Briggs, row 3. And Sittler and Hollinger are going to be row 4. Two more cars to find for our 20-car feature. We'll get them out of the top 2 from this final consolation race. 2 minutes of warm-up for these guys. And then 40 laps for the feature. $100 to the winner. We will try to get interviews with the top 3 if we can at the end of the night. So stick around for that. 12 more qualifying laps. Green the next time off turn 4. Bailey and Cross on the front row. Billy Rowley, always dangerous from wherever he's at to pick up one of these final 2 spots. Michael Meek right there as well. The pace truck is in. Bailey's on the throttle. Green flag is in the air. Final consolation race underway. And Rowley wasted no time getting right around Cross, and we got a caution right at the start. I want to say Hollinger was a part of it. I don't know how much of a part. Oh, 24 car, way out of shape, gets into Verhey. 24 car was Tanner Briggs. He ends up upside down. So Briggs got that car way sideways on the start of the race, had that right rear off in the slick, jumped on that throttle, and that'll make the car turn to the left quick, fast, and in a hurry. And he come right down the hill, got into the right side of Justin Verhey's car. So we go from an 8-car field to a 7-car field. Bailey, Rowley, Cross, Meek, Ross, Verhey, and Gary. No, not Gary. That's wrong. It's a Bailey, Rowley, Cross, Meek, Verhey, Sittler, and Hollinger. Gary not on track. Final consolation race. The top 2 move on. Everybody else is out. We'll have our 20-car field. We'll be ready to get to our feature race in a couple of minutes after that. Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Thank you very much. Hope you're enjoying the show. Be sure to give us a like, a share, and a follow. If you're over on YouTube or Twitch, say hi in the chat. We definitely can see it. Tomorrow night, Mike Peterson will be on the call. Thursday Thunder. The Dirt Slingers. Knoxville Speedway. 30-lap feature for those guys. Action starts about 10 minutes after 8 Eastern. We're ready to go back to green. 4th and final consolation race. 18 cars are locked into the A main already. We're getting 2 more from right here. Right now it's Bailey and Rowley. 1-2. Brian Cross. Good start for him. Goes down to the inside of 1 and 2. Tried to get the spot from Rowley. And not able to do it that time. And he's going to get past up Michael Meek. Got a good run off the top of turn 2. Took it down on the inside. Throws the slide job. 3 and 4, and he's got 3rd away. Now he's got his sights set on the 79 machine of Rowley, but Rowley all over the back of the 2 car. Bryce Bailey.
All right, man.
Caution once again. Brian Cross's car. Rolling away slowly. Let's just drop back, see what happened there. He and Michael Meek. Meek got up, got in the loose stuff a little bit. Oh, Cross put the right front up against the left rear right there. Yeah, that'll get you spun out pretty quick. So we'll let this one shake out. See what the lineup's going to be. Going to probably only have about 2 or 3 laps. Just a quick shootout left in this one. See if this thing's still broke. Yeah, it's still broke. It's Bailey, Rowley, Meek, Sittler, Verhey, Hollinger, Cross, and Tanner Briggs is off the track. So it's only the 7 cars all the way back here too. 78 machine of Brian Cross. Zach Hollinger in 6. Justin Verhey after the early contact with the 24 machine right on the start. He's up to 5th. Steven Sittler running inside the top 4. Michael Meek, Billy Rowley, and Bryce Bailey. Three-lap shootout for these guys. Final consolation race, just looking for 2 cars. Fill out our 20-car A main. All right, pace truck going to duck in Bailey and Rowley.
Green.
Green flag is out. Bailey was on the throttle. He got a great jump. Billy Rowley now with Michael Meek behind. Meek out of shape in 1 and 2, and Rowley gains ground. 2 to go off turn number 4. Bailey and Rowley, your top 2. Those are our transfer cars. Rowley closed the gap quickly in turns 1 and 2. Is he going to go for the win? Stays behind him. White flag going to fly this time. We'll see if Rowley stays behind Bailey. Got out of shape in 3 and 4. Bailey took the middle and slid the car up in 1 and 2. Right now, Michael Meek trying to close the gap. 1 spot in front of him. He's got to get there. Doesn't look like he's going to do it. It's going to be Bailey and Rowley rounding out the A main field. Everybody else done for the night. So we've got our 20 cars. We're going to get ready for the 2-minute warm-up. Quick word from one of the Dirt Racing Network's many sponsors. We appreciate every single one of them each and every night. Our buddy Tim over at Tim's Sims. Guys, getting a little warm up in, getting some final adjustments to the cars, looking at what the track is going to be like for this feature race. 40 laps. $100 to the winner. 20 cars vying for it. Some of these guys have been sitting for quite a while now. They were in that first heat race and transferred through. They have been sitting out being on the track for quite a while. So those guys probably welcoming the chance to get out on the track, get a couple of laps in, see what it feels like out there. Practice winding down, getting ready for our 40-lap feature. Some of the best in the sim racing business on dirt about to do battle. Second week for the new 410 series here. Dirt Sprint Car Championship Series. Well, Mr. Steinke, welcome to the show. All right, let's run through the field quickly here. Alex Bergeron, Blake Machulis in our front row. Row number 2, Matt McKinney and Austin Semmelman. The Hulk, David Heileman and Dylan Hauser making up row 3. Row 4 are going to be the Dirt Track Terror, James Tiernan on the outside of James Edens. In the 5th row, Justin Thomas, Cole Newhoffen. Shea Paulo and Kendall Tucker in row 6. Row 7, the high side hustler, Braden Eiler and Michael Sheridan. Alex Mulders and Bryce Bailey in row number 8. Row 9, Brandon Steele and the Cadillac Man, Kevin Hanley. And on the final row, Tyler Schell and Billy Rowley. You saw them come out of that 4th and final consolation race. 2 pace laps, and then we're going to cut them loose for 40. See who comes home with the big check. Hope you've enjoyed the show tonight, guys. I know we've seen a few cautions, but you know what? You got that sometimes in big-time sprint car racing. I think these guys are going to put on a heck of a show here in the feature for us. You got Bergeron, Machulis, McKinney, Semmelman, Heileman, Hauser, all up here at the front. Edens and Tiernan. I mean, this field is littered with guys that can come win this race. 11 iRacing Pro drivers out of the 20-car field. All right, lights are off on the pace truck. We are going to go green out of turn number 4. Alex Bergeron, Blake Machulis about to bring us to it. 40 laps. Pace truck about to head in. Bergeron's on the throttle. Green flag is in the air, and Alex Bergeron got that great jump he needed. He is probably going to go down to the bottom. Might not see him come up off of that bottom. All right, now Matt McKinney right behind him running that same line. Machulis is staying at the top with Semmelman. Hauser running right through the middle of the 2-car right there. Almost 3 wide off turn number 2 for just a second. Now they're 3 wide going into 3. Heileman was on the bottom. Hauser and Semmelman were up above him. Heileman slowed way down. That allowed Edens to get to the outside. Edens coming from McKinney out of shape. He's going to make a 3 wide off turn 2, stuck on the bottom. Now 2 wide as Machulis went to the high side. Still Bergeron out in front of Machulis. Semmelman now around the high side making tracks. He's into the 3rd and final podium spot, but Hauser in the middle made up a bunch of ground that time in 1 and 2, put him into position 3, 3 wide in 3 and 4. Off the top side of 4, Semmelman's got it back at the line. He's in 3rd. Hauser's making it work in 1 and 2 through the middle. Semmelman on the top side. Hauser was in the middle. Now Machulis with the big slide job. Caution. Caution waiting to see Billy Rowley's car? Nah. Let's go back and see what caused the caution. Oh, right there. 35 machine of Justin Thomas was way out of shape. Getting away from the corner slow. I don't know if it was him or if he just slowed for it. Nope, he got sideways a little, got into the side of Bailey, and Newhoffen finished him off. That's what triggered the caution. So our top 10 after 6 laps. Bergeron, Machulis, Semmelman, Hauser, McKinney, Edens, Heileman, Tucker, Bailey, and Paulo. Battle at the front, very, very intense. 2-3 wide, almost the entire time from about 3rd back. Machulis, Semmelman, Hauser, McKinney, all battling very hard for those podium positions. Alex Bergeron able to basically have his way with the field out there in front. Been on a tear lately, the 12 car has. He has won everything I've seen him in recently. But when you win that NOS Energy Drink World of Outlaws iRacing Sprint Car Championship, this is how you back it up, by going out and winning everything else you get in. All right, going back to green, this time off turn number 4. Bergeron on the throttle. The green flag is in the air. Back underway on a lap number 9, lap 9 of 40. Machula's still second. We've kind of singled out now. Single file restart. Now they start to fan out in 3 and 4, 2 wide, 3 deep. Semmelman on the inside of Machula's. Hauser. McKinney had him on the inside, almost 3 wide off 2. Heilemann trying to poke his nose in there between Edens and McKinney. Great battle here. Here comes Kendall Tucker on the outside. Top 7. Almost 3 wide right there off turn 2. Make it our top 8 now with Kendall Tucker in the mix. Oh, Edens found contact, and James Edens went for an ugly ride right there. James Edens' car. He was good down the backstretch. Got up on Semmelman. Had Heilemann poking his nose on the outside right there, but everything was good until about right there where they come off the corner. And he found just a little bit of contact. And that wasn't going to work at all. So Eden's in the infield, so is Kevin Hanley. Bergeron, Hauser, Machulis, McKinney, Heilemann, Semmelman, Tucker, Paulo, Smolders, and Bailey, the top 10. Tiernan, Newhoffen, Eiler, Sheridan, Shell, Justin Thomas, Brandon Steele, and Billy Rowley rounding out the field. Hauser had a nose on Machulis when the caution came out. So move him up to the second position. Yeah, you're going to have to sprinkle some of that magic on a 31 car one of these days, Nygaard. Quick look at each of our top 10 cars there. So we get ready to go back to green. What will be on lap number 16. So still 25 laps to go in this one. Pace truck headed in. Bergeron jumped on the throttle. Great timing for him. Right as the green started to fall. He's got the top side in 1 and 2, and Hauser's working the middle. Hauser closed every bit of the gap back up. Hauser to the lead off of turn 4. Come off the bottom right across the nose of the 12 car. Bergeron couldn't get off the top side. That's not his forte. Now he wants to go back down on the inside. He's wheel to wheel with Hauser. Hauser prevailing on the exit of turn number 4. So make it Hauser, Bergeron, Machulis, 1, 2, 3. Here comes the Hulk. David Heilemann around the top side. He passes up Matt McKinney to take the 4th spot away. Good battle right there. McKinney fought back on the inside of 3 and 4. Now a slide job. They're going to be 3 wide on the exit of 2. Machulis on the top. McKinney in the middle. Heilemann on the bottom down the backstretch into turn 3. David Heilemann 2 for 1 slide job there, and he's got 4th. Machulis, or he has 3rd, Machulis back to 4th. Now McKinney on the inside. Oh, Machulis found the outside fence. That's going to start a chain reaction. See if everybody can hang on to him. Looks like they're going to keep them facing forward. We're going to stay green. Dylan Hauser about a lane and a half up off the bottom at both ends. And he is making it work. Alex Bergeron. Used to seeing that car hug the inside wall. And right now, he is not making up a foot. On the 2 car, Hauser drove it deep into 3 and 4. right along with Bergeron on the helmet cam here. See what he is doing down on the bottom. Drove it up on the inside right there, but Hauser able to prevail. Bergeron not able to keep the car down on the bottom, had to back out of the throttle. I think it's a matter of time. Caution. I think it was just going to be a matter of time before Bergeron got that car to stick down there. Looks like Bryce Bailey's car. Out of shape off turn 4. Puts himself in the outside wall. That'll end his day. Getting close to 10 to go in this one. We'll give you your top 10 once they come around the front stretch here. Been a pretty good battle up at the front. All the way back to about 6th, 7th place. Hauser, Bergeron, Heilemann, McKinney, Semmelman, Machulis, Smolders, Paulo, Tucker, and Tiernan are top 10. James Tiernan making his first appearance inside the top 10 in the A main tonight. So laps running out. I think we're going to see the intensity ramp up just a bit here between the 2 and the 12. Used to seeing Bergeron stay tucked down on the bottom. He got up on the top side for that first lap or two, and he kind of got pinned up there. Gave up the lead to Hauser. 13 to go. When we get the green flag, we'll see if Bergeron's got anything for Dylan Hauser. David Heilemann right here, he might be able to make a little bit of a statement. McKinney's 4th and Semmelman is 5th when we go back to green off of turn 4 this time. Pace truck heading to the infield. Hauser, good jump there. He got on the throttle real quick when that pace truck moved to the left. He's going to lead the single file train on the bottom down into 1 and 2. Squirts out to about a 4.5, 5 car length lead, and Bergeron closes it right up down in 3 and 4. The Hulk, David Heilemann, going to the high side, trying to find some of that rim riding momentum. Matt McKinney right behind him. Right now, David Heilemann on the podium. Bergeron with the slide job in 3 and 4. He didn't quite get the lead clear. Those two making contact. Hauser up the hill into the 12 car. Who's got the advantage off turn 2? Hauser. Now Heilemann down on the bottom. He drives the car deep into 3 and 4, not able to make the position. Bergeron in a little wide in 1, tries to drive it underneath Hauser off of 2, couldn't do it. Now gets the inside down the backstretch. Hauser squeezes him right down to the wall. Bergeron moves him out of the way. Thank you very much, new leader, car 12. Right back on it. Hauser throws a slide job. That's what we're going to call that in 1 and 2. Bergeron pretty gracious right there. Backed off the throttle so he didn't wreck either one of them. But Hauser back to the lead. And now Bergeron tried to get down in there. Hauser clipped the fence. It slowed them all down, and around the top side, Matt McKinney has the lead. A little bit of bumping and grinding after the caution flew right there. We're going to get down to just a couple of laps here, and McKinney's now got the lead. Braden Eiler's car was upside down off of turn 2 that time. He's back here running just outside that top 10 behind Kendall Tucker, 4 wide. And he and Michael Sheridan find just a little bit of contact, enough to tip the car over. Now for about 11th position right there. Well, we're going to go with that anyway, Jason. Definitely going to go with that. So going to be down to about 4 laps to go when we get the green. McKinney out in front of Bergeron and Heilemann Hauser fourth. Semmelman, your top 5. Short amount of laps. We'll see who comes away picking up the big paycheck here. $100 to the winner. And these guys are definitely realizing that the pay window is open now. Your top 3 on the screen. They're going to go green off turn 4. 4 laps to go. Heilemann with a big jump. That's not going to fly. McKinney, Semmelman. Now Hauser right back up on the push bar of the 12 car. You got a little bit of contact there off of 2. We've settled down, just a little caution. I don't know if we're set for green-white checkers or not on this one. But Chulis's car that time. Oh, he got into Hauser after Hauser had a little bit of contact there and got into Smolders as well. So we'll see if this one is going to finish this way or if they're going to have a green-white checker schedule on this one. Not sure if they do or not. Alex Bergeron up here packing down the very, very outside. If it stays on 2 to go, we've got a green-white checker. If it goes to the final lap, this one will end under the caution, and it'll be McKinney, Bergeron, and Semmelman, our top 3. No, a green-white checker. It doesn't look like. Looks like this one finishing under caution. Not the way we ever want one of these races to finish, for sure. So it'll be Matt McKinney picking up the win. Alex Bergeron going to come home second, and Austin Semmelman will be in third. We'll see if those guys drop by and have a chat with us. As per the norm, we always invite the top 3 up to talk to us. Get them to pull around on the front stretch. Ask those guys to park around the front stretch for me, please. We'll get you the final rundown of the positions once these 3 have come around. We'll get them in here to chat with us. Should work for us right here. We will wait for Mr. Semmelman, Mr. Bergeron, and Mr. McKinney to come in. Keep our eye on the chat. Real quickly, while we do that, go through the rest of the field. Tiernan, Apollo, Kendall Tucker, Tyler Schell, Sheridan, Rowley, and Steele, the top 10. Then Thomas, Smolders, Hauser, Heilemann, Machulis, Eiler, Newhoffen, Bailey, Hanley, and Edens rounding out the field. Matt McKinney already in. So our winner will be in chat. There comes Austin Selman. We'll grab him quickly. Austin Selman, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. Well, a great podium finish for you. You bring it home third tonight. Talk to us about that crazy feature race.
Yeah, it's a little crazier than you want it to be, really. Car was good early. On the top there, kind of just bottled up. Car went away when the top went away there, and worked my way back up there. I felt really good through the middle and the bottom on that last restart, but guys had trouble making a lap, so sucks, but it was a good finish.
It looked like early there for that first 7-8 laps. I mean, you guys were 2, 3, and sometimes even 4 wide there. It seemed like all the lanes were working. Was there anything that kind of changed as we went through the night?
Yeah, the track got it was very good. It got slightly different, just enough where you could notice it, and that was whoever could notice it first would prevail. So. Unfortunately, I got stuffed in the fence. I think it was by Eden's there in the front stretch. Kind of knocked me back a couple spots, but fought my way back up there and just happy to get a good finish.
Well, still third is a great finish in this field, man. I'm sure you got some sponsors you want to give a shout-out to, and we'll let you go celebrate.
Yeah, of course. Tony Stewart Racing, Drew Neal for Paint My Cars, Drew Neal Design, 19 Design, excuse me. Scott King Designs, always tuning in and watching. And everybody who helps out with TSR. It's a lot of fun.
All right, thanks for chatting with us. Look forward to seeing you again soon, bud.
All right, thanks, Roger.
Austin Semmelman, your third-place car. We're used to talking to this guy in a little different position, but tonight we're going to talk to him on the second step of the podium. Alex Bergeron, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Crazy feature race. Talk to us about just about all of it. There was a lot of weird stuff going on out there, and I'm picking up the second place tonight.
Yeah, it was wild out there for sure. We had a tough battle going there, me and Hauser. There, I sadly seen a caution come out there at the end. It was going fast for Matt there. But, it happens, and that's part of it. But, our car was very fast tonight. We got to look the positive out of this race. And car was fast all the way around, fast from qualifying to heat race to warm up and race. So, another great job here tonight for Team BR.
Yeah, it looked like, guys were moving all over the track, and every once in a while we had just a little bit of contact. You and Dylan, a little more than a little contact, I'm going to have to admit, but it looked like it was really, really hard racing, and, he kind of gets the lead there, and the caution comes out. We don't get any more of those cautions. Do you think you got a chance to get back around him?
Yeah, I had a good car out of 4 in the slick, and Matt was running a bit lower than the line I was running, so I was catching a bit more there, and with 2 laps I would have been able to get around it, but we never know. You could have played safe and be a bit tougher for me, that's for sure. It's a race, so I'm sure it would have been a great battle though, but kind of being shortened by a caution. Last week got 3rd place in 9 seconds, so next race we'll try to have one more spot ahead.
All right, man. Some shout-outs to some sponsors before we let you get out of here.
As always, Team ABR, Roll Crew, Jason, my girlfriend, all our partners, CSI Shocks, Pit Logic App, BK Designs, Meyer Inc. Farm Equipment. Jason helped me a lot for this race tonight. We work hard, and just like last night, we had a good night of racing. We had 3 wins and three series, so it's awesome to see that. All the fans out there, my dad for watching, you guys for broadcasting, you, Roger, doing an awesome job every week. DSCCS for putting this league up and money up for grab every race, so it's fun to be here.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on second. Thanks for chatting with us. We look forward to seeing you again real quick.
Thank you, Roger.
Your second place finisher, Alex Bergeron. Let's move on to our winner tonight, Matt McKinney. Matt McKinney got a copy.
Sure do.
All right, man. Well, you bring home the big check tonight in a hard-fought race all the way around. You come home on the top step, man. Talk to us about this race and picking up the win.
Yeah, the first 30 laps was, a lot about just feeling the car. Just sitting there playing with the top wing the whole time, just trying to find a good balance in the car. James Eden's really had the car dialed in for me tonight. It was just about trying to find that little bit extra to get a little bit extra pace to compete up with the top group. And there's about 4 or 5 of us just under a blanket. Really close racing throughout. It was a really fun race, but that last couple of restarts there was just fast enough just to hang with the group, and they got tangled up. And sometimes you just got to take a win like that, just be fast enough and take advantage of mistakes. So that's what we did tonight, and got us on the top set of the podium. I mean, sometimes you like to drive around the guy just naturally, but it ain't always the case. So you just got to take them as they come.
It looked like things got a little wild out there, and you were in the right place at the right time, got around the high side clean on those guys when they got tangled up there. You said you were moving the wing around. Was that just trying to find a way to get forward bite, or were you, were you trying to move around with the grip and the slick there?
Yeah, I mean, especially when that happened, they were all kind of running the bottom, and about halfway in, I kind of realized that the middle, I think, was going to be the place to be late in the race, and just didn't really have quite enough grip in the middle of the corner, and that was really trying to dial it in and not be too tight in the slick, or not too loose in the slick, but not too tight coming off. So we were able to get that adjustment in about 3/4 in of the race, and then we started picking up some speed and be able to be there when the mistake happened. So thanks to everybody, Swindell Speed Lab, Wiser Organics, Bell Racing Helmets, everybody on Speed Lab, you for broadcasting this. It's nice to be able to take a break from iRacing and sprint cars and be able to come to a few races and still be competitive. So I'm pretty excited for tonight.
All right, man. Well, a great job with getting the list of sponsors out there. Congratulations on the win. We look forward to seeing you again in the series, bud.
Yeah, look forward to coming back. Thank you.
All right. Your winner tonight, Matt McKinney, picks up the big check, $100 for that win. He'll head over to the pay window, grab that. Alex Bergeron was second. Austin Semmelman came home third. He's going to do it for us tonight here on the Dirt Racing Network. Guys, do not forget tomorrow night, Dirt Slingers Thursday Thunder Series, 8 o'clock Eastern. Mike Peterson will be on the call. Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. Like, shares, and follows. For myself and Mike Peterson at the Dirt Racing Network, we appreciate everybody's time. We'll talk to you the next time we go live. Until then, keep it dirty. Good night, everybody.